Hello English-speaking world, all the German learners, I greet you. In this video we'll be looking at the strong verbs. If you've seen my video on verb categories, you know that there are 4 types of German verbs. 3 irregular verbs, 6 modal verbs, the weak and the strong verbs. The weak verbs are the huge majority and strictly regular. The strong verbs, of which there are about 170, seem to have a lot of irregularities. That is true to a certain extent, but in this video you will see that about 80% of these changes are actually regular. They just follow different rules. Because there is no way to tell if a verb is strong or weak just by looking at the infinitive form, I recommend that you mark all strong verbs that you learn so that you know you need to use the rules for strong verbs on them. So, what are these different rules for strong verbs? The first rule is about 2 changes in the present tense conjugation. These changes happen in the second and third person singular, which is du and sie es. If the first vowel of the verb is an a, it becomes ä. There is usually a rule that says that you have to add an e between dt or double t should they occur from adding a grammatical ending. This rule, however, does not apply if the vowel changes. For example, fahren, to drive. Ich fahre, du fährst, er fährt, wir fahren, ihr fahrt, sie fahren. Tragen, to carry or to wear. Ich trage, du trägst, er trägt. Laden, to load. Ich lade, du lädst, er lädt. Halten, to hold. Ich halte, du hältst, er hält. And the other change is this. If the first vowel of the verb is an e, it becomes i or i. For example, geben, ich gebe, du gibst, er gibt. Lesen, to read. Ich lese, du liest, er liest. Treten, to kick. Ich trete, du trittst, er tritt. Nehmen, to take. Ich nehme, du nimmst, er nimmt. This second change will also affect the imperative form. The singular imperative will have the same stem vowel change as the present tense. For example, geben, gib, lesen, lies, treten, tritt, nehmen, nimm. Rule number 2. The past participle is constructed differently. Instead of the weak verb rule, g plus stem plus t. The strong verbs participles are built g plus stem plus n. For example, sehen, gesehen, halten, gehalten, fahren, gefahren, fressen, gefressen, tragen, getragen, waschen, gewaschen, kommen, gekommen. The past participle might have a vowel change in the stem, but we will come to that later. If you want to know more about past participles, please watch my participle tutorial. Rule number 3. The third rule concerns the simple past tense, or Präteritum. It is constructed differently than the weak verbs. For the strong verbs, you need to use a past stem and add the modal verb conjugation. For example, kommen, the past stem is kam. So it is ich kam, du kamst, kam, wir kamen, ihr kamt, sie kamen. This past stem has a different vowel than the normal verb stem. We will look at which vowel that is soon. But first, let's look at the last rule, and that is rule number 4, the original Konjunktiv 2 for strong verbs. While the Konjunktiv 2 of weak verbs is just the same as the Präteritum, the Konjunktiv 2 grammar of strong verbs is derived from the past stem. You give it an umlaut if you can, then add an e, and then the modal verb conjugation. For example, sehen, to see. Ich sehe, I see. Ich sah, I saw. Sah with an umlaut is säh. Then you add e and the modal verb endings. So you get to ich sähe, du sähest, sähe, wir sähen, ihr sähet, sie sähen. For more information on the subjunctive, watch my Konjunktiv 2 tutorial. Now let's look at the vowel changes. The past stem of strong verbs has a different vowel than the normal stem. This vowel change is called Ablaut, literally off sound. These vowel changes also appear in the past participle. With the following rules, you will be able to predict about 80% of the strong verbs' past stems and past participles. Let's look at the simple past stem first. If the vowel of the stem of a strong verb is e, then the past stem will have a or o instead. The likeliness for a is 70% and for o 30%. Long e stems become o. Short e stems become a, and I stems become long or short e. Let's look at some examples. Treffen, traf. Helfen, half. Brechen, brach. Reiten, ritt. Gleichen, glich. Scheißen, schiss. Now let's look at the vowel changes for past participles. E becomes o at a 70% likeliness. Long e becomes o. Short e becomes u or o. And I becomes long or short e at a 50-50 chance. Here are some examples. Treffen, getroffen. Helfen, geholfen. Heben, gehoben. Brechen, gebrochen. Biegen, gebogen. Fliegen, geflogen. Ziehen, gezogen. Riechen, gerochen. Trinken, getrunken. Binden, gebunden. Klingen, geklungen. Zwingen, gezwungen. Beginnen, begonnen. Schwimmen, geschwommen. Gewinnen, gewonnen. Rinnen, geronnen. Bleiben, geblieben. Steigen, gestiegen. Schreiben, geschrieben. Leihen, geliehen. Beißen, gebissen. Reiten, geritten. Gleichen, geglichen. Scheißen, geschissen. There is one more useful rule, and it is about SZ or double S. If the verb stem has an SZ, then the past stem and the past participle have double S instead. If the verb stem has double S, then the past stem has SZ instead. Here are some examples. Gießen, goss, gegossen. Fließen, floss, geflossen. Schließen, schloss, geschlossen. Schießen, schoss, geschossen. scheißen, Schiss, geschissen, essen, aß, gegessen, fressen, fraß, gefressen, messen, maß, gemessen, lassen, ließ, gelassen, vergessen, vergaß, vergessen. Let's repeat what we've learned. Strong verbs have different rules for some grammars. These are: number 1. In the present tense, the second and third person singular have these changes. A becomes e and e becomes I or I. The second change also affects the imperative singular. Number 2. The past participle is built g plus stem plus n. Number 3. The simple past is built by a past stem and the modal verb endings. Number 4. The subjunctive is built by the past stem with an umlaut plus e plus the modal verb endings. Strong verbs have vowel changes in the stem. For the past participles, these are e to o, I to o, I to u or o, I to I or I. For the simple past stem, these are e to a or o, I to o, I to a, I to I or I. Should there be an sz in the stem, the past stem and participle will have a double s instead. And if there is a double s in the stem, the past stem will have an sz instead. This was all very complicated and theoretical, so let's look at some examples. Sehen, to see. Ich sehe, du siehst, er sieht, sie. Gesehen, du hast gesehen, er hat gesehen. Ich sah, du sahst, er sah, wir sahen, ihr saht, sie sahen. Ich sähe, du sähest, er sähe, wir sähen, ihr sähet, sie sähen. Kommen, to come. Ich komme, du kommst, er kommt. Komm. Gekommen, du bist gekommen, er ist gekommen. Ich kam, du kamst, er kam, wir kamen, ihr kamt, sie kamen. Ich käme, du kämest, er käme, wir kämen, ihr kämet, sie kämen. Halten, to hold or to stop. Ich halte, du hältst, er hält. Halt, gehalten, du hast gehalten, er hat gehalten. Ich hielt, du hieltst, er hielt, wir hielten, ihr hieltet, sie hielten. Ich hielte, du hieltest, er hielte, wir hielten, ihr hieltet, sie hielten. Trinken, to drink. Ich trinke, du trinkst, er trinkt. Trink. Getrunken, du hast getrunken, er hat getrunken. Ich trank, du trankst, er trank. Wir tranken, ihr trankt, sie tranken. Ich tränke, du tränkest, er tränke, wir tränken, ihr tränket, sie tränken. Alright, that's it for today. I hope I helped you to understand the strong verbs better so that you have a much easier time learning them. There are still a few exceptions, like gehen or stehen, but most strong verbs follow their rules. If you have any questions, as always, you can post them in the comments and I will try to answer them. Und wie immer, vielen Dank für Ihre Aufmerksamkeit.